Hello, Pisces. Welcome to this energy update, weekly update, energy reading for you for this first part of February. There was a full moon on February 1st. I know that you might still be feeling the after effects of that. It was a full moon in Leo. That was a big deal, big fiery energy. It was also called the snow moon. So if you've looked into the meaning of that, it's pretty impactful. Anytime we have a full moon, it's a good idea to just look at things in your life. Things will be illuminated. The full moon really shines that big bright light on things in our life that it's time for us to maybe close a chapter on, to let go, to walk away from what no longer serves us. So that's interesting to think about. I have the main deck here for your reading is going to be the Light Seers Tarot. I have Doreen Virtue. This is the Romance Angels. And then Marchetti Tarot is going to be clarification decks. I'm going to set that off to the side as well. I want to get started right away. Also letting you know, February 1st was also not only a full moon, but it was the Imbolc, beginning of Imbolc, the season. Very much having to do with winter solstice and spring solstice. We are like right in the dead smack center of both of those seasons. So we are looking at more light. We're getting ready for spring, but we're just, in this middle place, this holding pattern. So that's kind of a challenge sometimes in and of itself, just FYI. Let's get started. I've got Light Seers Tarot, like I said, and I want you to bring up anything you have on your mind, anything you have on your heart. You've been thinking about something. There's a situation in your life that you've been hoping and wishing and praying that you could get a little more insight into. There's usually a reason why you push play on a video. So if you're here because you're seeking a little guidance, I hope to give that to you. I hope that you'll be able to walk away from this reading a little more open-minded and open-hearted and clear in your consciousness than you were before. That's my goal, Pisces. First of all, I love Pisces. I'm a Scorpio, and so you're my water cousin. I always seem to resonate and feel similar energies. So we operate from that water spectrum. We're feelers. We're emotional creatures. I have a lot of similarities and commonalities with Pisces. Split this deck 3 ways, and then we're going to get started. Let's find out what's going on in the life of a Pisces that this reading is going to be perfect for. Pisces, what's going on? What's on your mind? What's in your heart? What is occupying a lot of your mental time? 7 of Cups. Interesting. Virgo had this, so if you have Virgo anywhere in your chart, you might want to check out Virgo's reading. But this is all to do with choices. This is all to do with prospects, priorities. This can be delusions or fantasies too, so beware. Everything that's in these cups isn't always what it says it is. It can be labeled, greatest thing in your life. And then you choose that cup and you open it and you're like, what the hell is this? So don't get bamboozled. That's the risk of 7 of Cups, is bamboozled. The gotcha, the okey dokes. 7 of Cups, it's a decision that needs to be made on an emotional basis. And making decisions from our emotions, that's tricky. That's really tricky because our emotions can vacillate from day to day, from sometimes hour to hour, depending on what part of our cycle, if you're a female, we're in. So beware. The 7 of Cups is emotional cycle, situational, and decision making based on emotions. I just find that so risky in and of itself. But this is your situation, Pisces. You have a decision to make based on emotional choices. So let's find out more about that. What's going on for Pisces that they've got the Seven of Cups as their like defining card for their energy. What in the world is going on for the sign of Pisces? Pisces, Seven of Cups. What the heck? What's that here for? The Fool, the World. Wow. Gosh. And your card, the Moon, at the bottom of the deck. Page of Wands. Girls just want to have fun, man. Girls just want to have fun. Whether you're a male or a female in this reading, it's feminine energy, it seems to me, because it's just kick up your heels, flip your baton in the air. I just want to play and have fun. It reminds me of like a 7th grade girl outside when, they're supposed to be coming in because it's getting dark, but they are outside like at that risky hour of, it's almost dark, it's danger zone, and their mom is fixing dinner and they're outside like just soaking up those last few minutes of the rays of the sun before they have to go inside for the night and say goodbye to their friends and all their neighborhood peeps and whatever. The Page of Wands is kind of immature, kind of low down on the spectrum of knowledge and information. They just really are acting on their passions. The Page of Wands is very immature, childlike. This can definitely be anybody under the age of maturity. And Page of Wands is messengers of passion. So they're all about it. That's all they really want to do. Like I said, girls just want to have fun. It can be boys just want to have fun. However you want to put this. This reading is not based on gender. It's just the energy of it. And I just really get the image of like a baton twirler in a parade. They just want to have fun. I want to just play until I have to come inside, and I'll get grounded if I don't. Like, I just want to play. So this is Pisces. This is your overall, like, overshadow, overall energy. And then back to the reality of, I just want to play and have fun, probably because I have this gigantic choice to make in my life, emotionally driven, and I know that once I make that choice, then I'll have to follow through. And I just don't know if I'm emotionally ready to pay the consequences, to pay the fiddler, if you will. So Seven of Cups, big deal. Okay. So I can understand why you would just want to kind of escape reality, is really what Page of Wands is. So then to back up the Seven of Cups, we got 3 like sledgehammer energies. These are big deal. These are all major arcana. Out of 4 cards, 3 are major arcana. This is universal big deal energy. The Fool, major arcana for the sign of Aries. Starting fresh, taking risks, being a fool for whatever situation you face. If it's love, be a fool for love. Not stupid, but take risks. Act like you've never been hurt. Dance like you've never, nobody's watching you, and love like you've never been hurt. It's really basic energy, but it's hard. Because, I mean, to go back to square one when you've been down the rung of the ladder a million paces, to go back down here, it seems almost juvenile and how stupid. But sometimes this is the only way that we'll ever be able to be in a situation and not be jaded. It's to be the fool. So this is backing up this Seven of Cups energy. Then we have the World. The World is literally the end of the major arcana. The World is the last card. The Fool is the beginning. The World is the end. Look how similar they look. The only difference is the person in the middle. This person's mature, wise. They've completed the cycle. This person is just getting started. So the Fool is the basic block energy, square one. The World card, the person has completed the journey. You know, everything we do in life, there's a cyclical process to it. You know, we are born as a baby, the Fool. We die as an elderly person, the World. We start a new job, the Fool. We're now manager of the entire department, the World. Everything has that cycle of we start, we're fresh, we end, we're mature, we're old, we're wise. There's that cyclical energy. So you've got both of those energies present. Not only are you the Fool, you have to start over, you have to start fresh, but you also have to show up with all your wisdom and your experience and your knowledge, the World. This cycle that you've been in, this last one, whatever it was, it's completed. The cycle is now zipped up, locked up, put into the vault, and you've learned your lessons. What did you learn? That's what I really want to ask you. What did you learn? What did you learn from this past cycle? Because it's over now. You graduated, you got your degree. Good job, Pisces. You're on to the next thing. And then, boom, the third major arcana, your energy, the Moon, emotional. You're making this choice based on something very emotional. The thing about the Moon is you need to make a decision. There's something going on behind the scenes that you have no idea about. How can you make a logical, wise decision, Seven of Cups, when there's information that is not available to you? The Moon is happening just like the Moon happens at night when it's dark, when everything's not available to be seen, the documents aren't ready to be read, the fine line, the dotted line, the gotcha catchphrases, the disclaimers, maybe you're not able to view those. So you seem to be in the middle of having to jump off a cliff, to go cliff diving at night. You need to start a new cycle, but you don't have all the information available to you. So how are you supposed to do that? The Moon, emotional, hidden information. I mean, it's psychic, it's intuitive. So is that what you're supposed to rely on right now, to Pisces? Is your intuition and your psychic abilities? You have to tap in and tune in and turn on to the frequencies of the vibes that you're picking up on, because I know you're picking up on things. I know, just like any water sign, we read energy, we pick up vibes, we feel things out, and we react in like form. So I know that you're feeling things. I know that you're deep down in this ocean, and I think you're just probably floating and waiting for something solid and secure to land so that you can make your freaking decision. The Seven of Cups. No wonder you just want to kick up your heels and throw your baton in the air and play, because there's nothing solid for you to really land on that I'm seeing. Let's grab the Marchetti Tarot. Let's do clarification, because I'm a little bit flustered by whatever you're facing in your life, Pisces, because it seems like you have to make a decision based on water. You know what I mean? There's no anchor to throw down. There's no solid land. There's no earth energy. It seems so bizarre. I don't know what in the world is going on in your life, Pisces, but I really feel for you. Before every card goes flying all the way out. Goodness, that was almost a disaster. Pisces, let's get clarification. We have Two of Coins, and we have the Judgment card. So let's let's just talk about that. We finally have a little bit of, we got another major arcana. So there you go. There's a big deal. Something big is happening in your life. Pisces, if you feel comfortable, would you let me know in the comments what in the world is going on in your life? This is big, and it seems like you have to grab something that is moving all the time. It's like shooting at a moving target. It's what it feels like. The Two of Coins, you're trying to find balance. You're trying to put your foot on the ground and also, maybe one foot in the water to keep your emotions and your stability anchored. But that full energy has you like, woo, just take risks, take leaps of faith. Don't trust whatever it is. You don't need to see the bottom, just jump. And that seems so crazy to me. So you're trying to find balance. There is a sense of like juggling. I'm trying to prioritize, and I've got kids and a family, but I've got work and possibilities and maybe moving up the ladder. And there's all this like, I don't know, the Two of Coins is very hit or miss. It's up or down. Again, it's not really something that you can sink your teeth into. And then we finally have something. This is a little fiery. This is Mars energy. Judgment. Can be scorpionic. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Pluto. It's water. It's very spiritual awakening. It's a judgment call based on a spiritual awakening. It's landing over here by the moon in the world. So when this new cycle opens up, you don't have all the decisions, all the facts. You've got feelings, but you don't have facts. And the judgment, I think, presents to you, even if you don't have the documents and all the evidence based on that, I think you have this internal knowing, this spiritual awakening, this like maybe a sense of rebirth of, okay, I don't have to have all the facts and figures in front of me. I just need to make a decision because there's a deadline. And if I don't choose this, then somebody else is going to get chosen for it. And I need to make a decision. I have to make a final judgment call. Wow, Pisces, there is something really big happening in your life, a really big decision that you need to make. Ultimately, it's going to be a spiritual decision, and it's going to be based on starting over, starting fresh for you. I have an oracle card for you from Doreen Virtue's Romance Angels. This can be about romance, or it can be about any part of your life. Let's just see what we pick. See? Finances and career. Financial issues are definitely a factor in your love life right now. That's interesting. So if you're not having good luck with love, it's definitely because your finances have gotten in the way. And if you're not having good luck with your career, maybe your love life is getting in the way of that. That's really speaking to the Two of Coins, the need to have balance. And that's work-life balance, essentially, is what it speaks to. Pisces, this is your reading. I would love to hear in the comments, like I said earlier, if you're comfortable to share, I love to hear, because it's just reassurance on the effort and energy that I'm putting out into the readings. I'm on TikTok and I'm on YouTube. If you would not mind, I would love to have a like, follow, subscribe, share, follow, repost the videos. Comments are always welcome, good or bad. Thank you again for your time, your effort, your energy to be here. Be blessed, be well.